we were fortunate enough to be sent a BILT HARD 212cc overhead valve horizontal shaft gas engine for us to review and to give our thoughts on, and to run it through its paces, put it on a mini bike, and just see how it compares to the other engines out there that are competitors to this BILT HARD engine. We were sent this engine from Weize, W-E-I-Z-E, and BILT HARD, and I will include a website product link and description in the video. And I do appreciate them sending this out for us to use, to review, and to give our impressions of. Let's go ahead and do this from the bottom of the box. I am excited. I've worked with several competitor brands, but never BILT HARD. So I'm excited to put one of these on a mini bike. So there is definitely a lot of data provided on the box here, which is really nice. I'm really digging that. Try to get you guys down for a better view there. But not only do we get a mounting hole diagram with measurements that we can utilize, which is really fantastic, you get an excellent visual, and then we get all the stats for this particular engine on the side of the box here, which is really nice to have. It's saying that net weight is 33.95 pounds, gross weight is 38.25. So some heft to it for sure. So we've got displacement, 212 cc's. Let's make sure we're focal in there. Let's make sure we're focused in there. So displacement is 212 cc's. Engine type, horizontal engine, overhead valves, single cylinder, 4-stroke, EPA compliant. Cooling system, forced air cooled. Max RPM in its current setup with governor, 3,800 RPMs. So max torque is 8.86 foot-pounds at 2,500 RPMs. Fuel types 87 octane. 87 octane. Capacity for the fuel tank is 0.88 gallons or 3.33 liters. Oil type is 1030. Capacity 0.53 quarts. Runtime at 50% load is 3 hours. Bore in stroke is 70 by 55 millimeters. Compression ratio is 9.0 to 1. Rotation view from PTO counterclockwise. Spark plug type torch. Spark plug gap 0.027 to 0.031. Valve clearance intake 0.004 to 0.006. Exhaust is 0.006 to 0.008. Speed idle 1600 plus or minus 300 rotations per minute. Shaft dimensions is 3/4 of an inch. Keyway 3/16. Height is 4.17 inches. End tapped 5/16. And mounting pattern is 6.4 times 2.97 to 3.17. Or we could go into millimeters if you care, so you can zoom in right there and take a gander for yourself. So that is the information that's provided on the outside of the box, which is really nice. Really nice. Feels like it's a really nice box. Heavy duty. We lift up, take a look at the box. We got some pieces in here. It's a double cardboard construction box, which is really nice, with some styrofoam at the top of the engine to encapsulate it. You've got spark plug tools and BILT HARD owner's manual and safety instructions at the top of the box. Like I said, you've got some really nice cardboard packing here, thick cardboard with the styrofoam at the top. And then we have the engine itself here, cradled in another piece of cardboard with a really thick piece of cardboard on the bottom to absorb any type of impact, and then your standard cardboard on the outside of the engine. Let's peel it back. And we have a very handsome engine, or compared to some of the other competitors. Your Predator, your Tillotson. Tillotson has a nice blue. This has a very nice blue here. I like the fact that the shroud here in the front is blue, the fuel tank is blue. I like that. Aesthetically, that's very nice. So let's go ahead and pull it out of the packaging and take a closer look at it. Move that all aside. All right, we're down here and we're kind of eye level with it now. So on the starting cord cover here, the recoil cover, it's marked 212 cc's 7.0, and I don't know why the 7.0 there is there. I'm assuming that's probably representative of horsepower. We do have one other position for the pull cord. It's over here in its lower position, and I think that's where we will move it to when we put this engine to use on our new project. I think we'll move it to this down position. This recoil cover here is made of a heavy-duty plastic, as you can hear, with a metal casing behind it. We do have our standard setup here. We have the blue fuel tank on top. Rotate it this way. We have our kill switch, our on and off switch here. We have our low oil mechanism here wired into the engine, as you would on a Predator, Tillotson, or a Honda. We have our oil fill port here. As we rotate around some more, we have also our additional kill switch there. We have our crankcase. We have our crankcase cover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is what you'll find on the competitors' engines. 6 bolts holding your crankcase cover on there. Another fill oil port here. Oil drain on this side, I forgot to mention, and an oil drain here on this side. Your classic setup here. I don't see any type of reinforcement up here on the webbing. Your standard exhaust here. Your standard cover here to help with the your standard cover here to help with the air travel across the fins of the engine itself. No spark arrestor there. Your valve cover here looks to be about what is normal. Spark plug, carburetor, and your air cleaner here. So that would be a full 360. You have your choke, run and start for your choke, and your fuel on and off switch located here, and our throttle here, which with any new engine you need to come up here on the plate located right here on top of the engine. We'll raise you up just a hair there. So if you look, right in here, you have to loosen up this nut in order to loosen up the assembly for the throttle linkage. It looks like, and this is a nice piece here, it looks like we have a throttle linkage hook up here. So if you're coming in from, it looks like if you're coming in like a go-kart, you can come in straight through here, and you have another nut in there which would encapsulate your throttle cable there. Let's rotate it around, see what else we've got. Okay, so if you look here, we have another hookup for throttle right here. So you have another option here for like your mini bikes and stuff. If you want to bring in the throttle cable from the side, which most engines, this is what they have. Not all the engines have that other mounting portion on the back there. Everything else looks as it should. So very pleased, very happy, very handsome engine on unboxing there. I really like the blue. The blue really stands out. It's a good looking engine. I'm looking forward to taking this engine. We're going to take it apart, take a look at it. In the next video, we'll take the exhaust off, we'll take the air intake off, we'll take the fuel tank off, and we'll take this front cover off and swap out the pull cord to the other position here. And we'll look at some other aspects of this engine, the carburetor and such, and we'll do that on the next video. We'll put it all back together, or at least in the format in which we want to run it. But before we wrap it up, let's take a look at the owner's manual and safety instructions. Let's take a look at what we have here. So shunting down and restart and starting instructions there. I'm pretty sure they meant to say shutting down there. That's fine. So 212cc overhead valve horizontal shaft gas engine. Gives us our specs again that we went over earlier, which is nice. 2 forms of reference there. Service precautions, safety warnings, components and controls. If there's any confusion, you've got those at your disposal. High altitude operation above 3,000 feet. That's going to require probably a different main jet. I think that's what they're explaining there. Pre-start checks, manual start on this side, operation, maintenance schedule here that you can go over and keep track of everything. Continued maintenance schedule. On this side, the same thing. Maintenance and then a transition to a long-term storage portion. Troubleshooting guide. Those are always nice to have, especially if you're not familiar with these type of engines. Oh, that's very nice. A mounting hole diagram. So if you're going to modify an engine mounting plate on a mini bike or a go-kart, you could just cut this out, cut these out, and then you could mark it with a marker or a pencil or what have you. That's a really nice piece of data to have here. Love it. Power takeoff diagram for your side cover. Very nice. Combined exhaust evaporator emissions control warranty statement. Warranty, please read carefully. And back here, a very nice extensive exploded view of parts lists for each piece and component of the engine. Now that is fantastic and worth its weight in gold right there. That's amazing. That is awesome that they include that. And a continued portion of that exploded view parts list there. And they even give you a place to take some notes. So very happy with that. A very satisfying unboxing of the BILT HARD 212cc overhead valve horizontal shaft engine. Again, I am pleased as can be to have had Weize, W-E-I-Z-E, and BILT HARD send this engine out for the channel to review. Very excited with that, and excited to maybe move forward in the future and maybe get some other engines from those folks for review. That would be fantastic. But this is Toe2 Bravo. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. I hope the information was interesting to you. And like I said earlier, the next video in this series will be taking some of these components off, setting up this engine, in the format in which we want to run it. This is Toad 2 Bravo. I appreciate you guys watching, and next time we'll be putting some wrenches to the BILT HARD 212cc engine. Thanks for watching.